Hello, everyone. Good morning. If you happen to stumble on my YouTube channel, I would be appreciative if you can spend some time just to listen to the message that I'm going to share with you this morning. You see, I was just had my daily walk this morning and I thought about it and I ponder about life because I am at this stage in my life that, of course, thinking about where I'm going from here on because I'm now in the twilight of my years. And of course, I'm very much secure in my spirituality. As a pastor, I know the importance of salvation, and that's what I'd like to share to those who want to be sure where they're going. After all, we all have one destiny in life, and that is death, physical death. And that is something that you cannot avoid. Everyone dies, just a matter of time. No matter how long you're going to live, you can make it to 100. Still, that's very short compared to what the promise of God, eternal life. Eternal life is never-ending life, and that's the beauty of it. He prepared us for that. Once our life comes to an end, we know that we have a place to come home to, and that's what Jesus did. He prepared us for the next journey in life. Yes, a lot of us would like to cling on to this life, this earthly life. And a lot of us are just so focused in living this life, neglecting what's ahead. As you can think about it, the clock always goes forward, never goes backward. And that is life. So I encourage everyone to just think about it, reflect about, about what is your life. And before I proceed to the message, I'd like to read to you what the book of James says in James 4:13 to 17. Now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to that city or this city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast and brag. All such boasting is evil. Anyone then who knows the good he ought to do and doesn't do it sins. So James is very much practical in his advice, and this is really what's warning us all about. That life is too short. It's like a mist, a mist. It only lasts for a few minutes or hours. Once the heat comes, it just evaporates, and that's it. And that's how James compared our life to a mist. Yes, it's very short. Napakaiksi lang buhay natin sa mundong ibabaw nito. At lahat ay may katapusan. There's always an end to everything that we have, even our life. So indeed, the destiny of every human being, even right after you were born, pagkatapos kang ipinanganak, your destiny is to die because that's where you're heading. It's just a matter of time. Kaya napakahalaga, it's very important that we have to make sure where you're going. Physical death is a given. That's the reality of life. And no one can escape about death, physical death. But one thing we can really prevent about is spiritual death because that is eternal. Can you imagine? You don't want to go on suffering for the next journey in life. We suffered enough already with this life. Have all tears, sickness, death of loved ones. Lahat ng pasakit we experience in this life. And God is giving us something to hold on to because that's where we're going. It's just a matter of life, matter of time. And He's given us the opportunity to make the right choice because God cannot force us to do what we don't want to do. He gives us the free will to make a decision for ourselves, whether to follow Him or not. And there's no in between. So it's a matter of decision. Where are you going to go from here on? Because this life will come to an end at some point in our life. Ayaw mo nang maulit pa kung ano yung dinanas mong hirap dito sa mundong ibabaw na ito. And you don't want that experience in another life. Sinasabi sa Biblia, heaven and hell is very real. God will not speak about that if it's not for real. Yes. Kung mayroong heaven, mayroong inferno. Iyon ang pagkaingatan natin. Na wag tayo mapunta sa inferno. At binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon ng Diyos habang may buhay to make that decision na kailangan tayo makakasiguro. Kasi pwedeng maiwasan ang spiritual death. It's only you need to have that commitment and conviction in your heart to really believe and to have faith in Jesus Christ. Because He did everything. Ginawa niya ang lahat upang tayo matiyak sa ating patutunguhan. He wants us to be with Him along with all the saints that has gone before us. God is preparing us. And He doesn't want us to be separated from Him. Malinaw ano nga mga sinasabi sa Biblia. Napakahalaga. Mahal tayo ng Diyos. God loves us so much. Why else would God will die for us? Just think of that. Why would God die for us kung hindi niya tayo mahal? Binuhis niya ang buhay niya upang tayo mailigtas. Mayroon ba Diyos na nagpakamatay para ikaw ay maligtas? Only God through His Son Jesus Christ. Kaya napakahalaga na pahalagahan mo rin ang ginawa niya para sa iyo. Ako pinapahalagahan ko yan. Kaya nung tinawag niya akong pumasok sa ministry, of course, nag-struggle ako because I was over 50 when He called me to ministry. I didn't turn away from God, tulad ni Jonah. Kasi mahal ko ang Diyos. Tapos puso ako nagpapasalamat, binigyan niya ako ng pagkakataon, binigyan niya ako ng buhay. See? Nakaalis ako sa kahirapan. I could never imagine makarating ako sa Canada, makarating sa America. Ito God's grace na na-accomplish ko yon. Hindi sa sarili kong kakayahan. It's only by the grace of God that He gave me this chance to get out of poverty, to experience the life abroad. And so many of us, our kababayans, they long to get out of the country, to experience what it's living like in outside of the Philippines. Yes. Yeah, we just have you just have to focus on what you need to do. It's not that hard to believe and to accept that gift that God promised through His Son Jesus Christ, because it is important for Him. Binibigyan tayo ng laya to make up our minds. Kasi ayaw niya tayong pilitin. God is a good God. He's a merciful and a loving God. He doesn't want us to do what we don't want to do. Gusto niya bibigyan tayo talaga ng desisyon na magmumula sa ating mga puso, must come from the heart to accept His offer of salvation. Because that is our passport towards eternal life. So, just want to encourage you just to reflect on what Jesus did. Siya lamang. Siya lamang ang nakakagawa. No one else. He is the only one who died for us and came back to life after 3 days. Lahat yung mga Diyos-Diyusan, they are rotten in their graves now. But Jesus came back to life because He is God in the flesh. So think about it. Pray. Pray. If you don't have any relationship with God yet, then do something. Find a church, the right church that can teach you about salvation, about eternal life. Because there is another life. And I'm very sure it's much better than this life that we have right now. Ayaw niya na tayo magdusa pa. Nagdusa na tayo dito sa mundo. He wants us to enjoy that life eternal. And that's what Jesus did by giving His beloved Son to us to die for us. So, nasa inyo na. It's a matter of your own decision and choice. And do the right thing. Make the right choice. Thank you, and God bless you all. And please help me subscribe to my YouTube channel, Why You Need Jesus. Thank you, so that I can reach out to as many human soul na makatagpo sila ng katiyakan sa kanilang patutunguhan. Thank you. Salamat.